Hello, myself Laksa Patel, working as an assistant professor in computer department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Now today we are going to learn about part 3 of B for unit number 3, in which today we are going to learn about sorting. First of all, we see quick sort. Now we see what is the quick sort. Quicksort is a sorting algorithm that uses the divide and concurrent strategy. In this method, division is dynamically carried out. The three steps of quicksort are as follows. The first step is a divide. Divide means split the given array into the sub-array that each element in the left sub-array is less than or equal to the middle element, and each element in the right sub-array is greater than the middle element. The split of the array into two sub-array is based on the pivot element. All the elements are less than the pivot should be in left sub-array, and all elements are more than pivot should be in right sub-array. Second steps of quick sort is a concur. Concur means recursively sort two sub-array. And third step is combine. Combine means combine all the sorted element in group to form a list of sorted element. Now we see the quick sort with the help of example. Now quick sort is partition the given element based on the pivot element. Now here we choose the first element is a pivot element. So here we choose the first element, that is 42 is used as an pivot element, and the first index is considered as an lower bound and the last index is considered as an upper bound. Now the array is partitioned on either side of pivot element. All the elements are greater than the pivot element are shifted to the rights, and all the elements are less than the pivot element are shifted to the left. Now each partition is internally sorted recursively. Now we understand the quicksort procedure with the help of example. Here we take the one array with the 10 elements, and the first element is considered as a pivot element. Now this is the procedure how quicksort is work. Now first of all we assign t of I, that is value of I index is assigned to the pivot element, and assign I index to the k element and j plus 1 index to the l element. Now we increment the index k by 1 until we found the element of array which is greater than the pivot element, or k is greater or equal to g. After that, we decrement the L by 1 until T of L is less or equal to pivot element. Once this procedure is satisfied, once this condition is satisfied, while K is less than L, we swap the T of K with the T of L. Now again we repeat the procedure, increment the K by 1 until we found the element which is greater than P, and decrement the L by 1 until we found the element which is less than pivot element. Now we swap the T of I with the T of L. This is the procedure for quicksort. Now we start with the first index. Here the lower bound is the 0 and upper bound is the 9 and pivot element is 42. K index is 0 and L index at 10. Now we increment the K. Here we increment the K by 1 until we found the element which is greater than P. Now we increment the K here. So K at index 1. The value at index 1, that is 23. Now 23 is less than 42. Now again we increment K. So at index 2. Now value at index 2, that is 74. 74 is greater than 42? Yes. Now we stop the incrementing. Now we decrement the L by 1 until we found the element which is less than pivot element. Now L at index 9, that is 87. So we again decrement the L at index 8. So value at index 8, that is 99, which is greater than pivot. Now value at index 7, that is 36. Now 36 is less than 42. So now we stopped decrementing L here. So K is less than L. Yes. Now we swap the T of K with the T of L. So we swap 74 with 36. Now we again repeat the same procedure until we get the element which is greater than pivot element, and decrement the L by 1 until we get the element less than pivot element. So we increment 11 which is less than 42. Yes. Now we stop the incrementing K. Yes. Now 94 which is greater than 58 which is greater than 65 which is greater than 11. Yes, 11 is a less than 42. Now here one thing is notice, here L crossed K. Whenever L crossed K, now we swap the T of I with the T of L. What is the value of T of I? That is 42. Now we swap the 42 with 11. Here we swap. Notice here all the element before the pivot element which is less than, and all the element after the pivot element which is greater than pivot element. Now our array is sorted here, left part and right part. Now we apply the same procedure to the left sub array and right sub array. Now here we assign the lower bound and upper bound. Pivot element is 11. 11 is a pivot element. Increment the K. K at index 1. Value at index 1, that is 23. 23 is a greater than 11. Yes. We stop the incrementing. Now we decrement the L. L is 36. 36 is greater than. Again we decrement the L at index 1. That is 23. 23 is a greater than. Yes. Now again we decrement 11. 11 is a pivot element. Here no element found which is greater than or less than pivot element. So pivot element is at right position. No need to swap. Now we apply the same procedure at this side at element 23 and 36. So 23 is considered as a pivot element. K at index 1 and L at index 2. Now we increment the K. 36 is greater than. Yes, we stop the increment. Is right position, no need to swap. So we get the element sorted at left side of the pivot element. Now we apply the same procedure at right sub array. So lower bound at index 4 and upper bound at index 9. So consider the pivot element is 65, K at index 4 and L at index 9. So we increment the K. So at 58 which is less than 94 which is greater than. Yes, we stop the incrementing. Now decrement the K. 87 is greater than. Again we decrement. 99 is greater than. Again we decrement. 72 is greater than. 94 is greater than. 58. 58 is greater than 60. 58 is a less than 65. And one thing is notice here, L cross the K. Whenever L cross the K, we swap the T of I with the T of L. Now we swap the 65 with 58. Now pivot element at this side. We apply the same procedure at left side, right sub array. So lower bound at index 6 and upper bound at index 9. Now K at index 6 and L at index 9. Pivot element is 94. Now we increment the K until we get the element which is greater than 94. 72 is the less than. We increment 99. 99 is greater than. Yes, we stop the increment. Now we decrement the L. 87 is less than pivot element. Yes, we stopped the decrementing. Now we stop the K of L with the T of K. We swept the 99 with 87. 87 and 99 are swept. Now K at index, value at index 87. So we again increment. Now we decrement the L. 87 is less than 94. Yes, we swept the 94 with the 87. Now again we apply the same procedure at left sub array. 87 and 72. We increment 72 is a less than, again we increment, 94 is greater than, we stop incrementing. Now increment the L. 72 is a less than, yes. Now we swap the 87 with 72. Now here all the elements at right side get sorted. Now we merge all the elements. So here we get the array with sorted element, that is 11, 23, 36, 42, 58, 65, 72, 87, 94 and 99. Now we write the algorithm for quicksort. Now sort the sub array, that is T of I to j, into ascending order. If j minus I is sufficiently small, then we insert into the array. Otherwise we select the pivot element from T of I to j, and we apply the quicksort from T of I to L minus 1 and T of L plus 1 to j. Now we write the function for quicksort. Now here the procedure for how to select the pivot element and swap the element. Now first of all we assign the T of I to pivot element I to k and j plus 1 to L. Now we increment the k by 1 until we found the element which is greater than p or k or greater than equal to j. Repeat, or we decrement L by 1 until we get the element which is lesser equal to p. While k is less than L, we swap the T of k with the T of L. Now we again increment the k until we get the element which is greater than p, and decrement the L by 1 until T of L is lesser equal to p. Then we swap the T of I with the T of L. Now we analyze the algorithm of quicksort. Now there are three cases: worst case, base case and average case. Now the running time is depend on which element is used as a key element or pivot element. In the worst case, the quicksort is partitioned into the one subarray with the n minus 1 element and other with 0 element. Then the recurrence relation is T of n minus 1 plus T of 0 plus theta of n. T of n is equal to T of n minus 1 plus theta of n. So time complexity is theta of n square in worst case analysis. Now in the base case analysis, the given array is partitioned into the two subarray, each of size n by 2. Then the recurrence relation T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus theta of n. The value of L is equal to 2, B is equal to 2, K is equal to 1. We apply here master theorem. So time complexity is theta of n is equal to T of n is equal to theta of n log n. In the first average case analysis, in which the partition produced a 9-1 proportional, split the recurrence. Then the recurrence relation become T of 9n divided by 10 plus T of n by 10 plus theta of n. Here we also apply the master theorem for identified complexity. Then the time complexity in the average case is theta of n log n. Here in the base case and average case, the time complexity is theta of n log n. So in the worst case analysis, the time complexity is theta of n square. Now here we give array in ascending order. Here we give some array. So try to sort in ascending order using quicksort. Thank you.